So it was a rather unusual decision, but my husband had said that he would go to the Greek church with me. I think partly because, sure, why not go see an icon? And because he'd never been to the Greek church, so that was something new for him to see. Oddly, also, my oldest son came. I don't know how this all happened, but there we were driving there. I love the Greek church. I love the priest of that church. I mean, I love my own priest too, but oh my gosh, I have so much fun with Father Earl. He's just a beautiful human being. And just, okay. Anyways, it's all positive. I just don't have enough words to say, okay? So, I'm very comfortable at that church, like I say, because I've gone or whatever. They have an icon that bleeds there. They have an icon that used to stream oil. Or there's a lot of things that go on there, and I just really love being in that church. So I walk my way around and do all my venerations or whatever, and then find myself a way of where I want to be. And we all sat down. And then he was telling us how far away the icon was and when she was coming and, this type of thing. Well, ever since I started attending practices, I loved it so much that I asked my priest if I could keep the little booklet. And I basically have that in my purse all the time. And I don't know why I had taken it out, but that's what the service was. Now, I don't know if it would have helped more for me to have had it because it's the Antiochian one, and of course theirs is Greek. So when when they were doing portions in Greek, I knew because of the tunes of parts of the songs of the hymn, approximately what they were saying or where they were, and because I know the words in English, right? So it would have there weren't enough books, so I wasn't able to carry along exactly, but I know enough of it, and then they would switch back to English, and so that night there was okay, there were like 4 different priests there. There was, I can't remember what he was, like where he was from. There was one that was Romanian. Okay. Then there was Father Earl. Then there was, I don't remember this guy. I can't describe him, and I don't remember where he was from or what language. I don't remember. Um, this was the most full I'd ever seen the area where they sing too. And there was a very tall man with a beautiful booming voice that was really cool because I'd never heard except for like these 2 chanter ladies there. So it was nice to hear it a little more of a full choir. And we walk outside to the parking lot to greet the icon. And there's a lady standing next to me, and she said, "What's coming in the car?" I said, "Yeah, she's coming in the car." And she said, "She's a real person?" And I said, "The icon is coming in the car." It confused her, and I'm not sure why, because later, I don't know. Anyways, I thought she was Orthodox, but I really don't know. Anyway, whatever. I just don't know why that wasn't clear to her because I thought that he had explained that whatever. So that was kind of interesting. Then there was a lady who tripped over me because she's trying to get a photograph. And then we followed in behind, and then he placed her, and then they all prostrated. And that was so gorgeous. Okay. So then the service was completed, and he said, okay, well, let me tell you the logistics of how we're going to accomplish this, because there was like 300 people there, okay? It's pretty busy in that Greek church. So he explains the protocol. This is how we're going to proceed, and that kind of thing. There was a cross of the martyrs that he wanted for us to venerate first. And then there was, who was that? Saint George? I don't know who it was. Demetrius? I don't remember. I'm sorry. Then there was the Iveron icon herself, and the one that was the other Theotokos to the side. Oh, wait, excuse me. It was the gospel first, then Iveron icon, then their own Theotokos icon, which was at one time a Mer streamer. Hasn't given Mer in a while, but that's okay. Then we were to proceed the other direction, receive a card, and then he talked about the anointing. Okay. So since I knew I could actually talk to some people who didn't just only speak Serbian, I noticed one of the ladies who goes to our Antiochian church that I could chat and ask. And I said, I can't go up for that, right? Because that's unction, right? She, I'm not Orthodox. She goes, you're not Orthodox? I'm like, not yet, but I really want to be. She laughed. She's so sweet. I love Lucy. So, her and another lady who I go to church with, they were like, no, you absolutely can. That is not unction. And yeah, you can. And not that I didn't believe them, but I did want to identify myself to Father Earl because I didn't think he knew that I wasn't. So I don't know why, but I did make sure to ask him right there in line. And he goes, oh no, it's a gift from God. You absolutely would never be prevented, So on my forehead, on each of my cheeks, on my chin, on the outside of my hands, and on the inside of my hands. And then I can smell. The smell is just amazing. And even earlier in the day, Joanna and I, we could both smell. Even though she's in the next room, we could still smell. Okay. That scent of rose. And I vlogged this last night. There is a distinctive difference of the odor, and it comes from the same vial, so I do not know why this is the case. From the outside to the inside of my hand. I can also tell you that the texture of the oil is different than any kind I've ever worked with. It feels watery at the same time while being oily, but you can tell that it's not something that was like emulsified or something like that. It has both properties at the same time. I have no idea. It was also explained to me by Father Earl later, and my other priest too, Father Philip, that during dormition, she releases a completely different odor every year than what comes the rest of the time of the year. We had the opportunity then to be introduced to Reader Nicolars. He is the one in whose house began first streaming this icon. Okay. There are other icons and other items too that also and he told the story, which I will put as a link because it's available, for you to read. Hearing him tell it was even more amazing. So in the next one, I'll tell you what happened the following day. And thank you so much for watching, and bright blessings and peace.